Hey guys, it's your boy Football Talk Vlogs. And today I just wanna hop onto the vlog and we gonna talk today. So today I'm on the way to my other friend's house named Jacob. Now, my boy Jacob, me and him been friends for like 10 years, somewhere around, maybe even longer. Cause me and Jacob met when we were in middle school. So I met him during like sixth grade, me and Jacob. So funny enough, I want to tell you guys a story time. Um, when he sees this, he's probably gonna be like, bro, why you bring this up? So the first time me and Jacob had met was basketball tryouts. So it was we didn't you couldn't play basketball for your middle school. So you had to like play on an AAU team or whatever. But they had hosted tryouts on like a Saturday. And so I get there, I'm like one of the first ones there, so I get shots up. I'm dribbling the basketball. Hold on, let me make sure I'm in focus. Yep. So I'm like dribbling the basketball and stuff like that and shooting. And I remember Jacob walks in, and Jacob is like, he's very loud. And so for the moment that he walks in, I hear him. He like, yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, and hopefully this does not get me canceled. I thought he was a little, loose screws, if you know what I mean. The noises he was making, I was like, oh, he's special. By the way, no, look, I'm not like trying to joke about anybody out there that does have that condition or anything like that, but I was just a young kid, and hearing those noises, I was like, okay, but I didn't think nothing about it really. And he comes up to me and he's like, can I shoot? I was like, yeah. So I gave him the ball. I actually got me another basketball from the rack. And so we're shooting whatever, and I remember he goes, um, you wanna play one on one? And so I'm like, yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I see a baby yep, we gonna cross over here because I am not messing with that mom and dad. And it's got their babies. Nope. I am good. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. They are cutting grass right now. Hopefully you guys can still hear me though. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. Sure, ain't no car. Back to what I was saying. So basically, he was like, let's play one on one. So I'm like, look, let me tell you something about your boy. I love one on ones. I am a one on one player, okay? I am not one of those, and I hate to say this, but I am not a team player, okay? Meaning, like, my teammates will love me, right? But I'm not one of those ones that can remember plays and stuff. I got a bad memory. Okay, I've told, if you guys have been in my live streams, I've said this plenty of times, and you guys have actually seen it a couple of times as well. Your boy got bad memory, right? I've been having bad memories since I can remember. And so, especially when it came to like basketball plays and stuff like that, I could never, like, there were a couple I could remember, but majority of them I could not remember, right? And because I'm so short, I'm always going to be the point guard. That's maybe I could maybe be a shooting guard every now and then, but 9 times out of 10 I'm the point guard. So you kind of had to know the plays and teach others. I was not one of those. I could teach, but I could not remember to save my life. And I just remember me and him playing a one-on-one. We going to like 5 or whatever, waiting for, everybody else to get in. And I was cooking him. Look, let me tell you guys, your boy, when I know that I can use my speed against the opponent, I literally do the exact same thing every single time. I go past you and go to my right side. If you can make me go left at that time, because I could not do anything left, right? This is before I develop a jump shot and all that, right? Now, I ain't gonna lie. Well, it's been a little bit since I played some basketball, but this is way before I was actually developed, right? So I just remember, make sure I'm in focus. Yep. So I just remember me going right pretty much every time. And I got cocky, I got confident. And this is like my trash talk era, like me getting into a trash talk era. And so, I'm talking my shit, whatever. And I remember I missed the layup, right? This motherfucker fouled the shit out of me. Okay, guys? Let me tell you what he did. So I'm about to win the game, right? I'm about to get 5. We going by ones, by the way. We going just ones. And so I'm about to go up for a layup, oh, this easy, right? I get past him, dust him. I'm looking back, he's chasing me. And so, I'm just going for a layup, right? He clotheslined me, threw me down to the ground. Let me tell you guys something. I thought my back was broke, okay? I thought my back was broke. I had like a little mark right here. He injured me, okay? Now the reason why earlier I said he would be embarrassed of me telling this story. I could not be on the team in 6th grade because he injured me, okay? Because he injured. Now my mom was at work, right? So she wasn't the one that, dropped me off or whatever. I did get dropped off, by the way. My uncle dropped me off. So they had to call my uncle to ask him to come pick me up. I was crying, I was an emotional ass kid. I've said this before. I could have, at times I was an emotional ass kid. I'm crying because my back, let me tell you guys something. It felt like it was gone. It felt like I ain't had no back no more, okay? I was sore, my throat was sore. I couldn't, like, they try to give me some water, they try, obviously, the staff that was there, they did an amazing job to, try to calm me down and try to make sure I was okay and stuff, but your boy was panicking. See, and that's one of the worst things to do. Your boy is panicking, whatever. Now, Jacob, he was really, really concerned, right? At first, I was mad when he closed on me. And I said something, I think I said a cuss word to him. I don't know exactly what I said, but I know I said something like, as far as like a cuss word. And so I was mad, I was heated. And he came over there to me when I'm sitting on the bleachers. And he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, he's explaining himself, and he's like, yo, if you need, like, what you need. He done told his mom, his mom offered to take me to the hospital, like, all this stuff, right? And I'm so mad. I'm looking at him like, bitch, you the reason why I'm here. I went off on him. I don't know. I don't think I called him a bitch, but maybe I probably did. I probably did, knowing me at that time, at least. I'm pissed, right? And so fast forward, 7th grade, we had class together. So 6th grade, he was on the basketball team. he was like pretty much their best player. You know, he was. I went to the games on the weekends and stuff, and and I still helped out. I was like kind of like in a way I was like a team manager a little bit. Yeah, I guess you consider me like a team manager at that time. And me and him, we like would talk here and there, but we wasn't buddy buddy. Like I still kind of held a grudge a little bit, like after what he did. But seventh grade we had homeroom class together. Seventh grade we had homeroom class together. And by the way, I don't know how you guys did it in middle school, but basically if you had a certain homeroom class, you would go like this. Bam. So you have math second. I mean, you have math first. Then your math teacher takes you to lunch. And then you would go to English, and then you go to social studies. That's how we did it, right? If you had the social studies as your homeroom, then you have English. She would take you to lunch, and then this and that. And let me tell you guys something about our seventh grade class, because my teacher, her name was Miss Hawk. Shout out to Miss Hawk, by the way, Northeast Middle School. So she was pretty much like the nicest teacher, right? Like everybody wanted her homeroom class. She was a science teacher. She was super fun, right? We had math first period, and the math was also our lunch. Take us to lunch and stuff. We had silent lunch every single day, literally every single day. Me and Jacob, right? We're sitting beside each other in math class. This is the first time we got silent lunch. Me and him, we started talking, right? And I don't know what we was talking about, but we was talking while she was teaching. Obviously, you're not supposed to do that. And hey, for anybody that's a kid out here, excuse me, some on my lens. Anybody that's a kid out there, do not do this, okay? If you still in middle school and stuff, cause it's crazy enough. I do got people that are in middle school. Speaking of which, before I get more into this, I want to say a huge shout out. Yesterday on my stream, um, I'm a post the little screenshot that I took. Um, he said that he's just got diagnosed with cancer, and that he watches my videos, and he really enjoys them. Shout out to you, man. That right there, that touched me. I sent it to my friends. I haven't showed my family yet, but I'm gonna send it to my family probably today. And that's man, that right there. Anytime that like I feel like what, I should give up or I should stop doing this, it's things like that that just allows me to keep on pushing forward. So before I even really get into all everything about me and Jacob, I just had to talk about that briefly. Um, so I'm gonna put it right up here. Make sure you follow him as well. Spam him with likes and positive vibes and all of that. If you can spread it, um, you know. And I'm just thankful for him and for all you guys. So me and Jacob, we talking whatever, right? Teacher doing the notes or whatever on that little, what was it? It was like that little board thing, whatever, right? And I remember her name was Miss Withers. She goes, and who is
I thought you were
talking?
talking to yourself.
Huh?
I thought you were talking to yourself.
Oh, I'm just vlogging. Sorry about that. See, that's the weird thing about vlogging by yourself, okay? It can get very weird. Okay? I ain't gonna lie to you, that he scared the shit out of me. I didn't even know he was talking to me. Hey guys, I'm still trying to get used to the vlogging stuff, okay? Still trying to get used to the vlogging stuff. But anyway, So Miss Withers, she goes, "Who's talking while we're taking notes?" Everybody get quiet, right? I remember. Let me tell you guys, if you have a funny friend, if you have two funny friends, first and foremost, and they look at each other, it's over with. It's literally over with. You're going to get in trouble. And so my other homeboy was like, he sat on the right side of me. And I just remember we looked at each other. Like all three of us looked at each other and busted out laughing. We like, you feel me? We doing funny faces to try to make ourselves break. And I remember, I forgot what face it was, but I did like a crazy ass face. And both of my friends bust out laughing, and then I started laughing. And Miss Withers goes, "That's it? Silent lunch for the whole class today. Silent lunch for the whole week, actually, since you guys wanna laugh and play." And I'm like, "Nah, are you serious?" And that day we had popcorn chicken. This is on a Friday, by the way. No, this is Monday. I said Friday. This was on Monday. We had popcorn chicken. Bruh, the whole class was mad at us, bro. I remember, like, some of the girls and stuff looking at us like, we're gonna get our big brothers in 8th grade to jump you, right? Like, hey, don't go to PE. Look, I remember one girl goes, "If you go to PE, you getting jumped." Wow. Like, I'm like, and this is like the second week of school, by the way. I'm like, who? Like, I'm trying to figure out who her big brother is. So I remember. So fast forward, we go to lunch. We walk into lunch or whatever, right? You know how like all your friends from like the other class and stuff, they all try to come up to you and stuff. I remember Miss Withers goes, she goes, and I'm like, nah, she really. And I had heard that she was like one of the tough ones, right? But I ain't know it was like this. Like, this is firsthand, like, seeing this. And I just remember Miss Withers goes, "You two, up in the front. Go in the front of the line. We're gonna go ahead and get y'all out of here." I'm like, oh no, oh, this gonna be one of those years. Boy, we get back to lunch. It's silent as it's silent as a mouse, right? Then she calls us up one by one and go, "Call your mama, call your parents." Bruh, I'm freaking out, bro. I cannot call my mama and tell her on the second week of school I got the whole class in trouble for silent lunch. I can't do it, because if I do it, and she, first and foremost, she worked nights, right, guys? She worked nights. So during the day, she was constantly moving, like going to the grocery store or, going out, or, she was constantly doing something, right? This particular time, my mom was at Walmart. Or she was on her way to Walmart. And I remember I picked up that phone, boy, I dialed that number. Nah, I didn't dial the number. Miss Withers was one of these. Cause she knew that like we were gonna try like dial like, like our uncle or aunt or somebody that, and try to act like that's our parent or whatever. Boy, she got that little sheet, cause she was old school. She had a little sheet where she wrote down everybody's parents' phone numbers and the names of the parent and everything like that, right? Boy, let me tell you something. I see my name and I see my mom's name. Trying to make sure I ain't no other card. I see my name and my mom's name, and she done dialed the number. She like, "Here you go, Miss Jones." Boy, When I heard Miss Jones, when I tell you my heart went to my ass. Oh yeah, it went to my ass and came out. Okay? I ain't have no heart no more. My mama goes, hello? Yes, Miss Withers goes, um, are you, what's the name's mom? And she's like, my mom was like, yes, ma'am. And she's like, well, your son today wanted to be a class clown. Oh, let me tell you guys something. That was one of the worst things a teacher could tell your parent. You wanted to be a class clown. Oh my gosh. And so, and my mom was like, okay. And she's like, okay, put him on the phone. Boy, I picked up the phone. Hello? Boy, I done told you. Don't you be acting up in no class. What you doing being a class clown? What you doing? What did you do? I told her what I did. My mom goes, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna see if your uncle can no. I better say I can see. She was like, okay. Well, I'm on my way to the school. You better get everything that you need for your homework and stuff from all them classes. You better get it. And you better be in that damn, my eye hurt. She was like, and you better be in that what's the name? The principal's office. I could not. I am so sorry. I drew a blank. Okay, I could not think for like a good couple of seconds. She was like, you better be in that office. I'm like, yes, ma'am. She like, go ahead and hang up the phone. No, she said, go ahead and get the phone to the teacher. Well, I gave that phone to the teacher, bro. Hey, I gave that teacher a look like, man, fuck you. You know what I mean? I gave her that look like, ooh, I can't believe, ooh, I'm mad. And then Miss Withers, what she used to do was, this was even more embarrassing. She would have all of us with our book bags and all that, right? And she will go to the classes, get our homework and stuff, or whatever we need to do. And she would have us against the wall, waiting to go to the office. And because the principal used to come pick us up, like they were radio, either the principal or vice principal. This particular time, the principal was already out, out in the hallway, making sure everybody was in class. He was actually in the 8th grade hallway. And boy, he came, me and Jacob, and then we still, let me tell you something. We nervous, but I don't know what it was with me and Jacob. We were still like kikiing. Like we were still not taking it serious enough. And I just remember the principal comes up and goes, so, what you guys do today, huh? Second week of school, how y'all already in trouble? And we tell him what we did, whatever. He goes, and wait, is this Miss Withers' class? And we was like, yes, sir. Ooh, yeah, you in trouble. Like, hey, even the principal knew. Even the principal was like, oh, nah. Yeah, it's over for y'all. Boy, let me tell y'all something. I get in that office, right? It was like a pretty big, like, not, we weren't in the actual principal office. We were in the like little waiting room thing. It was like a little waiting room. And so I see my mama pulled up first before it. Before, Josh and who was it? Yeah, before Josh and them parents pulled up. My boy Josh. And so I just remember when I see my mom with that heavy purse. Oh my God. And my mom looked at me and goes, and this was the first time that my mom knew, not the first time, but as far as middle school, this is one of the first times my mom recognized my two friends and knew their parents. So my mom goes, she's looking, and I remember Josh, Josh like, why your mama looking at me like that? I'm like, I don't know. You feel me? I'm kind of like, I don't know. And she go, I'm sorry, is your name Josh? Your mama name da da da. He like, yeah. She like, I know your mama. I know your mama. You in trouble? Oh, so y'all in the same class? And I remember Josh like, oh no. That's when me and him both looked at each other and we was just like, yep, we over with. So I remember my mom calls Josh mom, right? Cause she said she was gonna be running late, I guess on a phone call, whatever. And my mom goes, hey, da da da. She's talking with her and she's like, I'm already at the school. Do you want me to, I can drop him off. Does he have, as long as he has a key, I can drop him off. And I remember his mom goes, he doesn't have a key, but I can pick him up from your house if that's okay. Cause we live, close to where you guys live. And my mom was like, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I make sure he gets homework done and stuff like that and this and that, right? Boy, let me tell you something. I whisper into Josh's ear, not on some crazy stuff. Let me make that very clear, because that sound wild. But I whisper into his ear. I'm like, if your mom give permission to my mom to whoop you, we in trouble. You feel me? We in trouble. And Josh like, I think my mom already did. Now, I want to make this very clear. His mom did not give permission for my mom to whoop him or anything like that. And I also want to make this clear as well. My mom was not abusive. I know nowadays a whooping is seen as a no. Okay? She did not whoop me like on the regular. The thing she'll do, she'll pop me or she'll give me a look. More times than not, she'll give me a look and I stop whatever bullshit I'm doing, I stop it. Cause that look can take out 1,000 men. You know what I mean? Like it was just a look that she'll give you that just make you be like, make you act right. It's one of those act right looks. I'm sure some of your parents have had a look where it's like fixed. She'll she'll grunt her teeth, fix it. You know, I fix it right up. But this particular moment, first and foremost, I didn't really get it. I never got in trouble in school. Now in first grade is when I used to get a lot of trouble. But then after that, once I got all them whoopings, yeah, I was like, you know what? Second grade, look, this ain't even gonna be a memorable moment. Second grade, I'm gonna be the best kid I can be. Cause I don't want this happening to me no more. I want to go over my friend's house. Like on Fridays, I wanna have sleepovers, da da da, right? So I started to act right. But now I'm starting to go on that path. And my mama was like, hey, she ain't, look, you can have fun in school, but you ain't gonna act up in class. That's one of the things she always used to tell me. Hey, I want you to have fun in school. I want you to make friends. I want you, but I ain't sending you to school to act a fool in school. I mean in class. So, hey, if you don't want me to give you that freedom no more, I can take that freedom away from you. Because my mom wasn't like very, very hard on me, you know? Like she gave me a little bit of leeway, but I always respected her and I never talked back to her. And, we, like, I always knew she was my mom first. Like, you feel me? Like, she was my best friend, but it wasn't like one of those where she's more of a best friend than a mom. It's never like that, So, yeah, so I just remember we getting picked up and, bro, we were so nervous in that back seat. I mean, we were terrified in that back seat, guys. That was crazy, you know. And that's a story time I've never told before, but I figured I tell it because I think it was a pretty funny one. Let me know if you guys think it was funny. I'm gonna go ahead and end off this vlog because I'm walking back now. I didn't want to, I don't want to show anybody's house and nothing like that. So that's why I kind of like, walking back now. I'm actually about to hit up my homies and stuff, and I think we about to go out to eat or something like that. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys for watching this vlog. Me, just talking and walking around a little bit. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you want more vlogs. This is gonna drop today. I recorded this on Saturday. It's gonna drop Saturday. All right. The vlog is gonna drop first, and then I'm gonna drop some clips of it. That's how we're gonna do it. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one.